Hi, I'm Keely and this is gonna be my first YouTube video. It's gonna be weird because nobody tells you how awkward talking to a camera ends up being. It's also shot on my iPhone. If you're quality and like you want things to look like how the big people on YouTube do it, you might want to exit, and I can totally understand that because I am that person that when there's like audio troubles or shit that I am like, wow, fix it, because it bothers me. But today we're gonna do the eyeshadow palette tag. It's coined by Samantha March and Allie Glines. And so yeah, we're just gonna get right into that because I'm like hella nervous. So the first one is show your newest palette, and my newest palette would be the Violet Voss Sweet Violets palette. I got this guy just like a week ago at Sephora. I had a $100 gift card for spending way too much money there. So I got that. I haven't even used it yet. I should probably do that. But yeah. And it's my first Violet Voss palette, so I haven't even tested their formula, so I can't even tell you if like their formula or anything is good. And then the next set of questions, I guess, is what's your oldest palette? And so like I'm not like the people on YouTube who have the Naked Original or the Anastasia and Maria palette, because I've only been doing makeup for about a year. So my oldest palette is the Morphe and James Charles palette. I got this in March of 2019, so it's only a year old. But it's been used to death. I broke this shade and this shade, and then my cat jumped and tried to break this shade. But you know, I'm kind of a whore for the purple shades. Like, purple whore. You'll learn that pretty quick if you don't know me and you're not from like my Instagram. Purple whore. But I wore this on my grad day, so I kind of have like a special connection to it, even though I'm not like the biggest fan of Morphe shadows. So then we'll move on to the next one, which is like the most expensive palette I own. And I own Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath, right? So you could say my Natasha Denona Metropolis palette is my most expensive, but because it has so many more shades, I ranked it as like cheaper. So my most expensive palette is my Divine Rose palette. This is the box. It's the only unicarton I've kept because this shit's bougie as fuck. In Canadian dollars, it retails for, I want to say it retails for about $175. In American, it's $129, I think. I got it in the pink packaging, and I'm really happy about that because it's like super cute, I think. And I'm not like a pink fan, so I was like really excited. And I was excited that I got like something limited edition because like people are selling that for like $400. I'm like, I could be a rich man. And then the next category is your most affordable. I don't own any drugstore palettes as of this moment. I don't like the makeup-y smell, like when you were playing in your grandma's makeup and it has that weird perfume. But my cheapest one is going to be the Aha Honey. I have only used this a handful of times by itself, but I often use it as like, if I'm like using a random palette and I need a yellow and I'm like, boom, ColourPop's got me. I think it's right around $16 Canadian, $12 US. I'm in Canada, so that's why I'm listing the Canadian price if you don't know that. But again, pretty sure most of you know that, especially if you're from Twitter, because I have the Canadian flag right by my name, so people stop asking me, are you Canadian? Yeah. And then my everyday palette, I think a lot of people say this, but I had a hard time picking what my everyday palette is because I try to cycle through them because I have a lot of palettes. So I try to cycle through them pretty regularly. But if I judge this by like, if I have a meeting, if I have a business meeting, if I have, you know, a new interview for a new job, I reach for this palette. And it is the Tati Beauty Texture Neutrals Volume 1. Now, I got this palette and I didn't expect to love it that much, but like, I love it. The shades, like the matte shades, are so pigmented. I don't really touch the satins because I'm not into that formula. And then the metallics are gorgeous, and I'm not a glitter fan, but like I even like the glitters because they've got like they've got an adhesive to them. Giving you guys the middle finger already, but they've got an adhesive to them, and that's something I don't like about the ColourPop glitters is they fall out everywhere, and I'm like, bruh, my face. The next category is my most colorful palette, and I do own Jawbreaker, but I think, actually I'm wearing Jawbreaker today, but like I think this palette definitely has more colors and more shades, and it's overall like a better rainbow palette. I know I'm terrible, but this is the Be Perfect X Stacey Marie Carnival palette. I haven't even done a look with this yet because I'm a shithead. I know. Maury keeps telling me I need to, and I do. But I can't even tell you anything about this except I got it in March and I still haven't fucking touched it. Proud of me yet? And then the next category is your smallest palette, and I have a couple like smallest palettes, but I really want to do this one because it like surprised me by how small it was. So this is the Viseart Spritz Edit. I got this because Viseart was doing this thing where they gave 20% off to their essential workers, and I hold an essential job, I guess. I don't feel that essential, but I work it. And so this just looks so much bigger in like promo pictures than when you're expecting it, and then it's like the size of my palm, which I'm not like mad about. It's gorgeous, it performs gorgeous. I don't need like big pans because I'm not gonna go through a big pan. I am much more likely to go through this. So I definitely want to use more Viseart in the future, and if they want to work with me eventually when I got better lighting and more confident for the camera, then they can hit me up. And then the next category is your best memory with a palette. And to be honest, my Morphe and James Charles one is the one that I would, because I wore it on my grad day, which is a very, very, very good day. But I kind of want to throw this one in there because it's like an unexpected one. I'm gonna have to say my Conspiracy palette. I think this is the most random color story. I don't use it that often. I've actually like done one look that I've posted with it. I plan to do another one. I'm gonna blind you guys for a second. But yeah, that's it. But it's my best memory, and I put it as my best memory because I did a look with it on TikTok and it like went viral. I don't know if like 500,000 views was viral, but like it was viral to me. And also don't quote me, that's like from memory, and my memory is like a goldfish memory, so I could be wrong on how many views it got, but it got a lot. And I gained like 100 followers, and I was like, oh, this is what going viral feels like. It was very scary, especially because someone's like, that's not your first time using the palette, and I was like, yeah it is, I've swatched it, but it's my first time using it. She's like, and there wouldn't be fallout around the pan, and I was like, okay Becky, I'm glad you're so worried about like if I've used a palette or not. And then my palette that's worth the hype. I don't think this one was very hyped, but like it kind of was because everyone was like, ooh, that's gorgeous. But it's too expensive because it's Natasha Denona, and Keely was like, oh my god, I fucking love it. This will be the Love palette from Natasha Denona. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. I think it's worth every hype that and like if you've seen the new reviews, everyone loves it, I think. And like her formula is just so buttery and pigmented, and her shimmers are gorgeous. And every time I use this palette, like every single time, I love the look I come up with, which can't say that for all my palettes. And then my next palette is my favorite palette from my favorite brand. I'm actually not buying from this brand right now, but I do own basically every palette from them, which sucks. But they've been in some drama because they didn't respond properly to the Black Lives Matter movement. And then when they did, they had some issues, and people have been coming forward about their stories. And of course, there's more than that. But I'm bad at explaining things, so I would rather not. But if you have any questions, you can always visit my Instagram. And I may or may not have things up on it if you need me there. I'm much better at like conveying my thoughts through a text versus that. But they're not like cancelled in my books. I'm not canceling them. I'm just not using or buying from them. I'm not buying from them. I'm still using. That will probably change in the future. I do like their formula. I do want to try and be about the makeup because I know that like I like makeup, and you can't always be like that with brands. I feel like there's a certain time when you're like, holy shit, you fucked up, like you're done. But yeah, for now I'm not buying from them. Future, maybe, don't know yet. But it is the Jackie Aina and Anastasia Beverly Hills collaboration. I hate when this was put out. Everyone who does a like top favorites of 2019 or whatever puts this palette in the top 5 because it is so good. This is almost like a glitter shade, and this one, they're like weird. They're not my favorite in the palette, but like these mattes, they're so gorgeous. This duochrome sponsored, so gorgeous. Catch that, shitty iPhone. But no, and I love this palette. I've used this palette, like if you go onto my Instagram and my TikTok, you see this palette everywhere because I love it, love it so much. Like the formula's good. I hate that people, including me, were like, oh, it's just like modern renaissance and like soft glam thrown together. No, it is gorgeous. It should have gotten more hype than it really did. I wish it would have. It should have never gone on sale. It's like one of those palettes that should have been like hyped and raved, like modern renaissance was. But yeah, so I'm really sad that it wasn't given like hype. But it's good. Like if you can still find it and get your hands on it, I recommend it. Go get it. And then my most used palette, it could be a type James Charles one, but this is the only one I've hit natural pan on. It's my Blood Sugar palette, and as you can see, I've hit pan on the shade Coma. It's also fallen out once, and then I'm close to hitting pan on Ton Pop, Sugarcane, Glucose, and everything else has been like touched or used except O Positive. I have no fucking clue what I'm gonna use that one for. But I've used this a shit ton. It was this and my Morphe palette were my like first palettes ever, so I used them to fucking death and filth. Like they were so gorgeous. But I still love this palette. It's used, abused, and yeah. So that's the eyeshadow palette tag. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope I wasn't sounding too nervous. I know I probably am. I know the audio is probably not that great. I know the lighting is definitely not that great because I can like see myself right now and I'm like, I wish that was better. But I'm hoping when I move, I can figure out the lighting a little more and then fix it, as well as I'm hoping by July I can get a big ass ring light and then get some proper lighting. But a real camera probably won't happen until, I want to say November. I'll probably get it on Black Friday. And yeah, so if the quality does bug you, I would recommend staying away from my YouTube videos until like November. I may order a microphone though soon, depending on how good the sound quality is, which probably won't be good. And I know if in the future I will loosen up, because I know I'm very nervous and I know I'm exuding my nervous energy, and I know, yeah. But for the most part, I did try and loosen up a little bit. I might have smoked and toked a little bit before this so that I could get on camera and do this. But I know this is a short one for the first one. Suggest below what you want to see next. Like, I want to try and get something for Wednesday, but for sure I'll have a shop or drop Friday, because I know we get paid on Fridays and I'm a shopper. So I'll do my first one of that. If there's anything that you ever see that you would like me to put in my shop or drop Fridays, just tag me in it on Instagram or Twitter, and I will try and remember to see it. But that's everything. So remember to follow me on all my socials. It's kealeysbeauty everywhere. I will also have them linked down in the description box below. If you want to hit that subscribe button and maybe a thumbs up, that would help me a lot, and leave a comment. Okay, bye!